What's up? What's up? What's up, sports world? Y'all know what it is. Andre the Robinson, the fire starter, is in the building right now. Welcome to Rise Up Late Night. Let me know what y'all hears on here on the ones and twos. I want to get this thing started. All right. Okay, there we go. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Listen, this show is brought to you by Yings, Things, and Wings. Shout out to Yings for the phenomenal platform and atmosphere that they create every weekend. They have great food, by the way, great atmosphere on the weekends. Phenomenal place to go to. All right. Shout out to Yings, because this was a show is brought to you by. All right. Now, also, shout out to Waffle Sports, back on the air again. As you saw earlier, Waffle Sports is back in the building. Listen, you can get them every Monday and Wednesday. All right, 10 p.m. So make sure you tune in and listen to the Waffle Sports report every night, Monday and Wednesday. All right. Also, you know, myself, Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, writes a article every week in the Challenger. Now, if you don't see it in the Challenger paper, or you don't get the Challenger paper, see down there in the ticketer, it tells you exactly where you can go get the best sports articles in the world. All right. Go to www.buffchownews.com. All right. Sports article, Rise Up Right sports articles. All right. Make sure you get that. I'm talking about the Bills, the Bison, Sabres, UB, the whole 9 yards. Everything that we cover, everybody that I cover professionally, talking about them. All right. Now, I would be amiss if I don't get into the show, right? If I don't get into what we need to talk about, which is week one, I'm going to talk about these games. I'm going to describe these games. I need comments. I need y'all to bang my line. You already see what it says right there. Join the conversation if you want. 716 954-5209. If you want to join in on the conversation, I'm here for the next hour and a half, 2 hours or so, depending on what goes on. All right. So shout out to y'all. Thank you on the late night for watching Rise Up Late Night. I hope you got your drink, your snack. And next time, bring not only your presence, but bring somebody else too. All right. We a family here. All right. Now, let's get to it. Why not? Let's get to it. The return of Aaron Rodgers. Oh boy, it was a return, all right. I mean, they just had to put Aaron Rodgers' return against the San Francisco 49ers, a team that we've grown accustomed to, that Aaron Rodgers just can't get over. I mean, he's a California guy who just can't beat California teams, especially the best ones in the San Francisco 49ers. Somebody put in the comment section right now, how many straight times has Aaron Rodgers lost to the San Francisco 49ers? Somebody put it in the comment section. I want to hear, because tonight, obviously, you saw what it was. Brock Purdy showing you that he is still an elite quarterback at week 1, 209 yards passing. And my man Mason just went off. No Christian McCaffrey. And Mason goes for 147 on 28 carries. They worked him like a real workhorse and a touchdown. My thing is, though, for people who are like, well, they didn't have Christian McCaffrey, and, we thought this game was going to be a little different. My question is, do you know who Kyle Shanahan is? Why are y'all surprised? Why is anybody surprised that Kyle Shanahan had a game plan ready without Christian McCaffrey, who, by the way, is nursing a calf injury right now? McCaffrey got to work on his calf. Why are y'all surprised about that? Y'all didn't think that Kyle Shanahan learned from last year when Christian McCaffrey went down, and in those games that he went down, the 49ers lost all 3 of those games last year? You think that he didn't take none of that and was like, maybe I need to get a game plan for just in case Christian McCaffrey is not around? What does he do? He just brings Mason in, and he ends up with Christian McCaffrey numbers. So it's called learning from your mistakes in past, because we all know insanity is when you do the same thing and get the same result. All right. And what I watched today was insane, as the 49ers 32-19 victors over the New York Jets. Let me get to these comments. I see comments already in the comment section. What's good? Andy, my guy. Shout out to Checkers, by the way, too. My guy, Andy, always looks out for me. He's phenomenal. I appreciate him to death. Andy, shout out to you, my guy. Thank you for watching, too. Now, yes, RIP James Earl Jones. We will talk about that shortly. I know this is a sports show, but we will talk about losing another great one in James Earl Jones. What did you think about rookie Bo Nix in his first start against Seattle? We will get to that as soon as I get to that game, Dallas. I promise you, I'll talk about it. Aaron Rodgers, he's 6-3 against the Niners. Really? 6-3 against the Niners? Are you sure, Dallas, that he's 6-3? Because I could swear that he got at least 3 losses in the playoffs to the 49ers. At least minimum 3 losses to the 49ers, if not more. Regardless in washed up time, the game was already over. I mean, let's be clear. Allen Lazard had 2 touchdown passes, 89 yards, 6 receptions. That's what. Look it up, because I could have swore he had 3, at least minimum 3 losses to the 49ers in the playoffs. Now, moving right along, because obviously there's not a whole lot more to talk about when it comes to the 49ers and Jets. Jets need an offensive line. Obviously, they better get one quick, a better offensive line. Aaron Rodgers didn't look too bad, but I mean, his 51 QB rating uh isn't great. He threw an interception, had a touchdown, 167 yards, was efficient, 13 to 21. Jets looked like they was getting it in early. Brees Hall and them on that second drive after the turnover. Looked like they was getting it in. Brees Hall only had 54 yards though in the touchdown. They ran him 16 times. May not be enough. May not be enough. Jordan Mason, again, like I said, Jordan Mason just replaced Christian McCaffrey. You know those numbers. Now, Deebo Samuel had 54 yards, 9 targets in this one, but 5 receptions. Juwan Jennings had 64 yards on his 5 receptions. Juszczyk, of course, they always use Juszczyk, 2 for 40. George Kittle, 4 for 40. Brandon Ayuk, the guy who just got paid a whole bunch of money, maybe should have been in training camp, and you don't drop that touchdown pass that Purdy gave to you in the corner of the end zone that you dove for, but you still dropped it. Should have been a touchdown, dropped it. That's why you should be in training camp, even while you're waiting on the deal, so you don't drop passes. As such, Fred Warner led total tackles. I think they only sacked Aaron Rodgers once. Leonard Floyd got to him again. I've seen posts on Facebook where we all know what happened last year when Leonard Floyd got to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ended up being gone after 4 plays of the season. He got to him again tonight. Good thing that didn't happen again. Other than that, again, we're going to move right along. All right. We've seen what happened in Brazil. I'm going to go all the way to Thursday night football now. I'm at Friday. Friday night, we saw the Eagles-Packers game. Barkley scored 3 touchdowns as the Eagles beat the Packers 34-29. Jordan Love got injured in the final minute of the game. He will be out 3 to 6 weeks with an MCL. Who should be the Green Bay Packers quarterback as the season progresses? Because the Packers are not a rebuild team. They are a let's win now team. So you're going to need a quarterback who can produce some wins. Malik Willis is not the answer. Okay. Would you have been surprised that the 49ers would have traded Brandon Ayuk to the Steelers? No, I wouldn't have. But we will talk about Brandon Ayuk, and we'll talk about the Steelers a little later. But I wouldn't have been surprised. Not at all. Again, the New York Giants made the biggest mistake of letting Saquon Barkley go as he rushed for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 receiving, and Saquon Barkley is proving once again that he is still, and this is just week 1 right now. So I'm just talking week 1. I'm not talking about later on in the season. We are strictly on week 1, proving that he is still a top 5 running back in this league. All right. Jarran Reed had 4 catches for 138 yards and a touchdown. He looked good for the Packers. Highlight the Packers, even though they lost. Jordan Love, that 1 critical interception that he threw again, 17-34. I would like for him to be more efficient. He had a 20.4 QBR in this game. That's not going to get it done, Jordan. We loved you last year when you was efficient. Josh Jacobs in his debut was 84 yards on 16 carries. Looked good. Emmanuel Wilson had 4 carries for 46 yards. Jalen Reed had a 33-yard touchdown run. Looked very good, Jalen Reed. Is he a number 1? Maybe. Romeo Doubs, 4 catches, 50 yards. Tucker Kraft had 37 yards on two catches. Christian Watson had a touchdown, but three catches and 13 yards. Christian ain't getting it done. And Dontayvion Wicks, I don't know where he was at, or Luke Musgrave in this game. Neither one of them showed their face whatsoever. 19 yards and a touchdown. 10 targets, 5 catches, and Devonta Smith, once again, showing everybody why he is one of the best number 2s in the league. 7 catches, 84 yards, and on his 8 targets that he had. Defense was up to looking good and looking good for the Eagles and a TFL. Got to give him credit. Quinyon Mitchell had five tackles as well, and he had 2 pass deflections. That guy from Akron, from the MAC conference that I was telling y'all about. I've seen him play. He's actually pretty good. His debut went pretty well as well. Jari Allen, Reed Blankenship had an interception too on that error throw by Jordan Love. Moving right along, we going to Thursday night's game now. Now I got to talk about Thursday night's game, the one in which the Kansas City Chiefs tiptoed to victory, 27-20 over the Ravens. Once again, a lot of scrutiny, skepticism on throw that he missed in the back of the end zone that would have tied the game up. I will tell you that that's a scramble drill. Week 1, and it usually takes some practice and continuity to make. Could Lamar Jackson have made a better throw? Sure, he could have. Could the receiver had sat on the route though? Sure, he could have. But that takes time and progression. All right. Other than that, Lamar Jackson looked pretty good. 122 yards rushing, even when you got Derrick Henry as your running back, and you still have 100. I think he carried the ball a little bit too much though. 16 times when you have Derrick Henry. And excuse my eating because I'm hungry as hell right now. Talking sports makes me hungry, so excuse me if I do so. Derrick Henry did have a touchdown run in this game, but he only had 46 yards on 13 carries in his debut as a Baltimore Raven. Isaiah Pacheco had almost just as many yards and just as many carries, 15 for 45 and a touchdown. Xavier Worthy, not only did he score in the air, but he scored on the ground too. Y'all starting to rethink about that Isaiah Worthy mishap? Y'all thinking that maybe somebody should have got him? I don't think it's a mishap still, but there are people who have been talking, saying, hey, and here we could have had Isaiah Worthy. But we'll talk about that later. Or Rashid Rice, 7 catches, 103 yards. Andy, you said Chiefs won because homie is a size 12 instead of a size 11 and a half. Yeah, absolutely. And bring there you go. There you go, Andy. Tag somebody. Let them know to come on in here and listen to this sports talk that y'all getting. Travis Kelce had 3 catches, 34 yards in this game. Isaiah Likely. We got to talk about Likely. Likely should be, most likely will be, their star tight end coming up. There you go, Dalton. Tag somebody. 9 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. And by the way, Mark Andrews played. He had 2 catches for 14 yards and 2 targets the whole game. Now, I don't want to debate whether Likely's feet was in or not. There's angles showing that his feet was in. There's angles showing that it wasn't. Mark Andrews was pouring the Gatorade, while Isaiah Likely cooked. Okay. Lamar Jackson fumbled the ball, but he did have 273 yards passing, 26 of 41. Again, I'm kind of skeptical about this offense, though. Why does Lamar Jackson have to pass 41 times in a game when you have Derrick Henry? I'm just kind of wondering. And why did he have to run 16 times as well? So let's put that in perspective. 57 times Lamar Jackson had the ball in his hands, either passing or running. 57. 57 times. That's a lot. I thought we were trying to alleviate Lamar Jackson from having to do so much running. I thought we were trying to alleviate Lamar Jackson from having to force passes. Dallas, I told you already, I wouldn't have been surprised if they traded Brandon Ayuk. I thought they were trying to alleviate that stuff. Now, Patrick Mahomes had 291 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, was sacked twice. QBR rating of 70. But again, I don't know if people understand this, but I need them to understand. Quarterbacks who stand up in the pocket are winning Super Bowls. I get it, it's okay to be mobile to get a first down here. But when you're running the football 16 times, like you're a running back, that's not a recipe for winning a Super Bowl. I have to put that out there right now. He was great, Dallas. He was. But as the person who's analyzing this game and being unbiased, I have to say that I'm a little worried about his usage rate. 16 carries, 41 passes. I thought this was stuff that they got Derrick Henry for. I guess we'll see next week when they play somebody else. Rashad Bateman had 2 catches, 53 yards as well. Justice Hill had 52 yards. Good point that you made. Why is Zay Flowers only catching screen passes? Only getting screen passes? I don't know. They gotta get him acclimated again to the offense too. I need to see a better all-around offensive performance from Baltimore. You put up 20 points, and Lamar Jackson had the ball 57 times in his hand. That's crazy to me. Likely balled out. I give him props. Likely balled out. But other than that, everything else was mid. Besides Lamar and Likely, it was mid. Very mid. Roquan Smith, a TFL, a pass defense for 7 tackles in all. Jalen Watson had 7 tackles for the Chiefs. Justin Reed had 9 tackles. Chris Jones was getting in that ass early. Excuse my French. And pause. Chris Jones was giving. And that's another thing too. Let's talk about that Baltimore offensive line. That ain't gonna fly. That offensive line is not gonna get the job done. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That ain't getting it done. What do I think about the kickoffs, the new kickoffs after week 1? That question is a good one. I will talk about that when it's prevalent to talk about that in one of these games coming up. I will talk about the new kickoff. I promise you I will. All right, let's get to Sunday's games. Now we finally done reached Sunday. Yes, the Ravens offensive line is boo-boo shit at best. Boo-boo shit. Do you think Ravens defense is missing Mike McDonald? Yes. Yes, I do, Dalton. Yes, I do. And when you say that, you're making me hungry. Like the Ravens defense should be hungry. Matter of fact, talking about hungry, I'm going to talk about a defense that was hungry. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. You are watching Rise Up Late Night with your boy, the fire starter, Andre the Torch Robinson here. Don't forget, tomorrow, 6 p.m., we will have a show. Rise Up Unlimited radio show will be live to air 6 p.m. tomorrow. And this show is sponsored by and brought to you by Yings. All right. Taking a bite out of week one defense. We're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Put your thoughts in the comment section about the Steelers defense. I'll start there. Steelers win 18-10 in a defensive game. By the way, I'm saying this now and I'm putting it out there. Some of y'all might get upset. I don't give a damn if you get upset. But the Atlanta Falcons, you're a top nominee this week for boo-boo shit teams this week. One of the top nominees for boo-boo shit team this week. All right, that's a new segment I'm going to have every week. Top boo-boo shit teams of the week. All right. You heard it first. Boo-boo shit teams of the week. All right. Kirk Cousins threw 2 interceptions in his debut as a Falcon. And I could have swore they were talking about overhyped quarterbacks. We'll get into that in a minute too. Overhyped, overrated. And I know I'm going to hear the excuse, the usual pivotal excuse. Well, it's only week 1. You got to let them get acclimated. And I'll tell you, that boo-boo shit is shit. Boo-boo shit is boo-boo shit. Dumpster juice is dumpster juice. And that's exactly what Cousins saw this week at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields, and they talked about Justin Fields and questioning whether Justin Fields should be the starter next week or they should go to Russell Wilson. Interesting. I will talk about that in a minute, but let me get to some of these stats. 156 yards from Justin Fields, but guess what? Yep, he was 17 of 23. 156 yards. Did a good job managing the game on the road. His QBR was 42.6, but if ifs and buts with candy and nuts, it's okay to have ifs and buts in this case when you get a W. They won the game. George Pickens had 85 yards, 6 receptions, looking like a top 10 receiver in the league. On 20 carries, Justin Fields carried the ball 14 times for 57 yards. Joe Patterson, I didn't even know you played. Pat Freiermuth, 27 yards on his 4 catches. He had more receiving yards than he had carrying the football, and that was a name that was mentioned. Jaylen Warren. We're gonna see what he can do this year. Well, we didn't get a dose of that in week 1. Bijan Robinson, 18 carries, 68 yards. Kirk Cousins was sacked twice. He threw for 155 yards. 16 to 26. His QBR rating was 28.9. Our defense is winning in week 1. It's starting to look like a theme here. Week 1. They're winning. Tackles. Highsmith had 5 and a pass deflection. TJ Watt, you know what he does. He's a disruptor. 2 TFLs, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits, 4 tackles. On the other side, Matthew Judon had a half a sack in this game. Grady Jarrett had a sack and a half in this game. Justin Simmons, 3 tackles. Jesse Bates, 6 tackles. I will say the Atlanta Falcons defense does look a lot better. But that offense, they stunk up the place. They stunk it up in Atlanta. 10 points. Kirk Cousins is going to throw 2 interceptions. $18 to 10. I don't want to hear nothing about the Atlanta Falcons, but you are right. Pittsburgh definitely took care of business. Should have stuck with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is actually usually pretty good in season openers too, by the way. Now, Dallas, you were talking about this kickoff. How do I feel about the kickoff? I think the kickoff is interesting. I need more time, but the Buffalo Bills would be the first team to give up a touchdown off of it. You know, you get first times. Every time we talk about the Buffalo Bills, you get a first time for something. First time team loses, gives up a game in 13 seconds. First team to lose 4 straight Super Bowls. You're going to get it first. But I will say this. That overrated guy that y'all claimed was overrated just ain't Josh Allen. But that's the guy everybody wants to say is overrated. Number 1 overrated player. Again, boo-boo shit. Did not like the fact that he fumbled early. Kept the ball in his hand way too long. Kept the ball in his hand way too long. And it cost him. Arizona was up 17-3 in the first half. And a lot of people was questioning, this is what we were afraid of week 1. You know the Bills have had issues with season openers. Is the Bills about to give up the goods to the Arizona Cardinals? And if you listened on Waffle Sports just earlier, I know Andy or Dalton never said that. Hi, Angelina. How you doing? I see you out here. Hope everything is well. Shout out David Allen as well. Shout out to the guy who gave me my first start. Cook, 71 yards. Rushing. Coleman, 51 yards. Receiving. Josh Allen ran for 2. Looking good, right? Looking good, right? Yes. The Bills looked good in the second half. for this football game. The Arizona Cardinals, who were a team last year that led in 13 of 17 games and still only won 4 games, showed us exactly who they are. They've been accustomed to losing. Kyler Murray, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, was sacked 4 times, had a QBR rating of 83.2. He did have a pretty good game, 21-31. But he missed Marvin Harrison Jr. late. And that was great. No, I don't think the Cardinals are a sleeper team. Mm-mm. Josh Allen, 18-23, 232. Sacked twice, had a QBR rating of 90. He hit 10 different receivers in this game, too. Here's my question to everybody that's listening. Would you rather the Bills have a presumptuous season where all the receivers are involved? Or do you want to see one of these receivers become the actual number one? Step up and be an actual number one. That was kind of the argument on the show earlier. Not really an argument, but topic of conversation earlier on the show. I honestly think if you want the offense to be more fluid, you have to have somebody that's a threat so that they can be like, oh, we got a game plan for him. You want to use play action. Play action is going to be super important. So you want to have those targets. A whole lot of, besides the one catch from Keon Coleman on the 50-50 ball. I need to see Josh Allen shoot it up the field more. Yes, Deborah. That's exactly what I said. I want to see weeks from now who's going to step up and actually be the number one. Jennifer, what's up? Oh, yeah. We want all that, Andy. We do. We want everybody to contribute. I just want to see who's going to progress into being that actual number one. Because again, game planning and being able to run play action is going to be super important. I do like the fact that they spread the ball around a lot and you ain't got to worry about who's getting the ball. But we also all know that we'd like to see players progress. One of the big things that stood out to me is being able to get open. I need to see the Buffalo Bills have a receiver who can get open down the field. Now, Dalton Kincaid, is he that guy? Because they're thinking that he might be the number one targeted player this year. But he had 1 catch, 11 yards on 2 targets. So, yes, I do personally want to see who's going to step up and be that guy to be a force that's going to be reckoned with. And yes, I want to see everybody else produce, of course. You don't know who to go after, was said on a radio show. It was said, oh, you know, you don't know who really 1 week you get this, 1 week you get that. That's cool, fine, and dandy. But I'm gonna tell you that when teams get tape, all that dissipates, especially later on when you get in the areas or games that you want to win, i.e., the playoffs. And of course, I said that I was going to hear the proverbial "it's week one." Bombard. I see you just coming into the conversation. I said, down the road, sir, I want to see who's going to step up and be a number one. I mean, if you want to get on here, I could send you the link, sir. I mean, it's no problem. Or you can bang my line. Y'all see it down at the bottom. Call line is open, 716-954-5209. You can bang the line. Don't be afraid to use that telephone and let me hear y'all voices. You know. Shakir and Hollins had touchdowns. Yes, they did. I gave this offense a B plus grade this week. I did. I gave them a B plus. Well, I hope Keon steps up, but I think Khalil Shakur will emerge. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are saying Dalton Kincaid. I think Khalil is really good. I like how they use Cook. Yeah, I do too. I have no problem with how they use Cook. I said before the season started that Shakir would be an X factor. You did. Uh-huh. Surely. All right. So the Buffalo Bills, 34, Cardinals 28. Good week one. I'll tell you that. Good week one. Marvin Harrison was held to 4 yards in his debut. Junior was held to 4 yards. Trey McBride, 5 catches, 30 yards. Terrell Bernard had 11 tackles. Cam Lewis had 10. Dorian Williams had 8. Good job stepping up. Greg Rousseau, 8. Greg Rousseau, 8. The guy, listen, he ate like I'm eating right now. He ate. Six tackles, 3 sacks, 3 TFLs, and 2 quarterback hits. That's the type of shit I want to start seeing from the defensive line. A defensive line that could get to the quarterback. Von Miller added a sack too with the bull rush. Like, gotta give him credit. Yes, there was no Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver's not even on the stat sheet this week. He better show up against Miami. But by the way, and a strip fumble, yes. Better show up against Miami. I tell you what, the Bills cannot go down 17-3 in the first half to Miami. I don't care how many times the Bills have beaten Miami. You better not go down 17-3 to them. Nevertheless, the Bills get a dub this week. Shout out to my son, the champ that runs the camp, that's watching in his room right now. Appreciate you. Bear down, all y'all. The call lines is open now. The call line's been open since the start of the show. You can call 716-954-5209. And if you're just tuning in, you tuning in to Rise Up Late Night with your boy, the fire starter, Andre the Torch Robinson here. Show brought to you by Yings. All right. Just want to let y'all know I'm definitely having a party on the 28th. My birthday is the 28th. I don't know why Facebook is saying today is my birthday. I have no idea. My birthday is September 26th. I am having a 41st birthday party September 28th at Yings. And it's free of charge, which means all y'all, all y'all. All right. It is free of charge. September 28th. All right. It is at the corner of Transit and French. All right. Yings at the corner of Transit and French. 41st birthday party coming up. September 28th. Now, bear down. Caleb Williams, that guy, number 1 overall, the guy that's supposed to shake up the world. He gonna shake the world. I gotta say, he did shake up Chicago. That atmosphere in Chicago is crazy. I ain't seen that atmosphere like that in a while. Even with the shakeup, he was very raw. And the Bears defense laid the smack down on the Titans. Bears win 24-17. They scored 14 points in the fourth quarter to get over that mayonnaise over mayonnaise using Will Levis, who got sacked 3 times, threw 2 interceptions, 19-32, 3 sacks, had a QBR of 31. Tony Pollard had 82 yards, the ex-Dallas Cowboy, and a touchdown in this game. The only spotlight on 18. Calvin Ridley had 50 yards, 8 yards. At any point now, Tennessee, y'all could just give D-Hop to a team that actually could use D-Hop, because y'all obviously, I don't know what's up with that. 1 catch, 8 yards. What? D-Hop? Really? D-Hop, this is what you stand in 1 target. I don't care. Because again, the Tennessee Titans, you might be on my list for Boo Boo Shit Team of the Week. You might be one of those nominees for top Boo Boo Shit Team of the Week, by the way. And that's all season long, by the way. That segment is all week long. Mario, what up? I see you, Mario. Donovan, what's good? What's good, bro? Shout out to you. I've called 3 times. Did you really call 3 times? Well, I don't see no missed calls on here. Oh, we can't have that. Oh, I know why. Go ahead and call again. Go ahead on this one. It should ring this time. Yawned. Yeah, I'm yawning. Caleb Williams, 14-29, 93 yards. There it is. Bam. There it is. Caller, what up? What's going on? What's good? You are on, my guy. You are on.
It took me a minute.
Yeah, man. For some reason, my phone wasn't ringing. I don't know.
Shit.
It's all good.
I was wondering. I'm like, I have the number right. I can go back and check it, but it finally goes through.
Yes, you got it. You got it. You are here on Rise Up Late Night. What's up? We are talking about the Bears and Titans right now, but you could go ahead and I know you got some stuff for me, so go right ahead.
I mean, Bears offense looked anemic. It's just lucky that their defense and special teams played so well.
Yeah, absolutely. DJ Moore had 36 yards. Keenan Allen had 29 yards. Rome Odunze, his debut to the NFL, 1 catch, 11 yards. Well, that's funny. Matter of fact, I want y'all to put this in the comment section. How many wide receivers went in the first round? And then tell me the first 3 receivers that came off the board. Because I'm sure Marvin Harrison was the first one. And I'm sure Romeo Odunze was the second or the third one.
He was the third.
He was the third one. Well, that's funny.
Neighbors was 2.
Oh, Neighbors. Oh, we're going to get to him too in a minute. Rome Odunze had 1 catch, 11 yards. Marvin Harrison had 1 catch, 4 yards. What did Malik Neighbors have? Oh boy. Oh boy. These are your top picks, by the way. And Caleb Williams just struggled. He got sacked twice, a QBR of 22.
Yeah, he was bad.
Titans defense, Hooker, five tackles. Landry the third had a sack, a TFL. Roger McCray had 3 TFLs in this game. Sebastian Day had a sack in this game, and I didn't see much of anything. Boo-boo shit goes to Jets and Rodgers. That's coming. We talked about the Jets and Rodgers already. They are definitely a nominee for top boo-boo shit team of the week, by the way. Yo, what up, Willie? What's good? Rome Odunze is week to week with the MCL sprain. Not the way you want to start off your NFL career. Not the way you want to start. All right. Montez Sweat, 2 tackles for the Bears. Pretty well, though. TJ Edwards, 15 tackles, 10 solos, 2 TFLs. Darnell Taylor had 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, 8 tackles in all, 2 quarterback hits. Brisker had 10 tackles in this game. That deep, I ain't gonna lie. Jelon Jones, Jelon Johnson, Bayer the third, now ex-Tennessee Titan, now Chicago Bear. They look decent. But I don't want to hear just because the Chicago Bears scored 21 points in the second half against mayonnaise excessively using Will Levis, that all of a sudden now the Chicago Bears is like the team to be reckoned with. I don't want to hear it.
Detroit's the team in that division. There's no doubt about that.
Okay? I don't want to hear none of that. You want to talk about it's week 1? Well, it's week 1 for that. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to hear any of that nonsense whatsoever. Think about the Eagles defense. I think the Eagles defense is suspect. It was suspect. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there was a couple things that went the right way, I think the Packers would have beat them. Now the Packers lost, and that's what they get. Because again, Jordan Love, errant mistakes, and waiting too late, and didn't cash in when he should have. When they were at the goal line, when you are in the red zone, you got to cash in. The Packers did not. 17-10 in the second half was the difference. Okay, Packers was actually winning the first half. Second half, Eagles scored 17. Difference was cashing in. They didn't cash in. Y'all better call Tannehill. I guess. I mean, there was rumors that they was calling for Justin Fields. There was rumors that they were calling for Russell Wilson. But now that the media then made that a whole spectacle about who's going to start next week, whether it's Wilson or Fields, neither one of them is going anywhere. So I guess we don't got to worry about that. Patriots. The Patriots and the Bengals. Wow, this one was interesting. In fact, I'm gonna let you know. You know what? I think I'm gonna come up with a sound. Maybe it should be the toilet flush. Maybe I'll bring the toilet flush back this year, and the toilet flush will be the sound for Boo Boo Shit Team nominee. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, ain't it? I think I'll bring that back. I think I'll bring the toilet flush back. Why not? Matter of fact, might as well use Rise Up Late Night to, perfect the craft early. So we're gonna get that together. We're gonna get it together right now. We're gonna get that all queued up. Get it mic'd up real quick. Cause I smell a toilet flush coming. I smell it, and I think y'all do too. And I think y'all know why. And there it is. Boo Boo Shit Team nominee this week. Cincinnati Putty Cats. I thought I saw a putty cat, and I did. I saw a putty cat. That putty cat was following Spike. Spike, come here, Spike. Come here, Spike. The Patriots just spiked the Bengals. 16-10, by the way. Bengals was at home. Joe Burrow, 164 yards. Jamondre Stevenson, 120 yards rushing, touchdown, 25 carries. Ja'Marr Chase, 6 catches, 62 yards. The only bright spot I saw from the Bengals this week, and if you want to call that a bright spot, Joe Burrow, 21-29, sacked 3 times, quarterback rating of 55.2. I thought y'all told me. I thought Joe Burrow's back. I thought Joe Burrow was supposed to be dominating on his return. Bleached haired Joe Burrow. I thought he was supposed to get the job done.
Cody Rhodes look like he's a bum.
Did you say the Cody Rhodes look alike?
Yes, I did.
The Cody Rhodes look alike. Adrenaline in my soul. And that's where I stopped. Because it wasn't nothing else. It wasn't nothing else in Cincinnati. It's all good. I'm back. I'm here. Listen, it's frozen. It was frozen. It was frozen. That just annoyed me. It was frozen. I don't know why it's frozen. That's kind of weird. StreamYard be annoying me. Oh, snaps. Oh, I got a whole lot of comments over here. Let's say hi, Deborah Beatty. What's up? I like the Mason kid. Aaron has never beat the Niners in the playoffs. Oh, I know. I know. He got a bunch of losses in the playoffs to them. I asked in the beginning of the show, what is his record against the 49ers? Somebody told me it was 6-3, and I'm like,
maybe in the regular season, not the playoffs.
Right. I was about to say maybe in the regular season, but the playoffs, I think he got 3 losses his damn self in the playoffs. At least 3, right?
I think 3 in a row.
Right. That field in Brazil sucks. Dalton was going in. Said, Dalton, have you seen Ron lately? Pretty hard pill to swallow losing Justin Fields. LOL. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Going right down the line. I bet you were a little bit worried about Arizona was going to beat Buffalo, huh? Yeah, I bet you they all was worried. He keeps loading. Yeah, I don't know why. StreamYard is annoying. I usually use Zoom. Tonight I said I'm gonna use StreamYard and I'm gonna see how this works. And it's working all right. It's working my damn nerves. Keep on, Andre. Ron Thomas, what up? Ron, I'm gonna throw this out to you publicly, sir. Anytime, sir. You want to come on here? You bring your barbershop, edge up, cutting Atlanta Falcons to the party. You bring your Atlanta energy right to the party. No problem. Put Green Bay on that list. Yeah, Green Bay already on the Green Bay not on the list because really, you putting Green Bay on the boo-boo shit list of the week? Ron, stop. Stop it, Ron. Okay, I get it. Okay. No feelings, Ron. No feelings. Okay. We not putting Green Bay on that list. Why? They damn near beat the Eagles. They weren't favored to beat the Eagles, but they should have beat the Eagles. Seattle. Tavon, what's up, my guy? I see you. You happy about y'all week 1 win? We'll talk about them in a minute as well. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Maybe it'll stop the nonsense. It's getting on my nerves. That's why I hate StreamYard. Yes, I hate StreamYard too. Don't get it confused. I hate StreamYard. So annoying at this point. Texans and Colts. Oh yeah. Texans 29, Colts 27. Andy, did you think it would be that close?
I thought they had a chance if the Colts quarterback stayed upright and healthy and he kept it close. And they almost won that game. Colts, I think they're going to be better than people thought they were going to be. If Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Now that we got that under wraps, let me see something real quick. I might have too many things hooked up around here. All right. That should do the job. By the way, if you just tuning in, shout out to you. Watching Rise Up Late Night with your boy. With the man. All right. StreamYard. You can stop acting up at any point now. Okay. Now, Anthony Richardson, 9 total completions in this game. 9. You like Anthony Richardson? You like him like that?
I mean, I'm not going to say he's elite, but I think he has a chance if he stays healthy and continues to develop that he could be a good quarterback.
Okay.
I'm not going to say CJ Stroud or anything, but I think he has a chance to be a decent quarterback the league.
Hmm.
I mean, that shit was crazy.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. When you say decent quarterback, do you mean between 15 and 20? 10 to 15? You give him 10 to 15?
If he continues to develop.
Okay. I'm giving
He's
him.
got to complete at least a full season before you can say that.
I'm giving him 20 to 25. He's mid.
Only time will tell.
He's mid to me. They already mid. Had 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked twice. He also ran for 56 yards and a touchdown. He accounted for 3 touchdowns. I guess you got to give him credit for that. Jonathan Taylor had 48 yards and a touchdown. Ran the ball 16 times. I would like to see Jonathan Taylor run the ball more than that, especially when you got Joe Mixon on the other side, who ran for 159 yards on 30 carries. His longest run in that game was 13 yards. So he was a workhorse all night long for the Houston Texans. 159 yards and a touchdown. CJ Stroud, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 4 times in this game. Nico Collins, 117 yards. We thought Nico would be the real number one. Tank Dell, 40 yards. Stephon Diggs caught all of his targets, and had 2 touchdowns in this game. He amassed 33 yards in this game. 33. Your thoughts on Stephon Diggs this week?
He did what was asked, I guess. I mean, we'll see at the end of the season if he's going to be yelling at CJ Stroud when he's not getting the ball because Nico and everybody else is pulling more targets from him. Because as soon as he starts losing targets, he tends to be in a bad place.
Uh-oh.
Just saying. Minnesota started running the ball. He forced his way out. Buffalo started way out.
All right. That must have pierced you. Did it pierce you when Diggs left?
Nah, not really. I mean, he's a good player. It sucks that we lost him. I would have loved to have him back. But at the same time, like, if you don't want to be here, then leave. We'll get other people
in. Okay. Speaking of Pierce,
receivers all around in the draft, dime a dozen. You can find other.
Speaking of Pierce, it was 125 yards and a touchdown. By the way, that 60-yard bomb was the Alex Pierce, the one you were talking about.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's fast as hell.
Oh, Adonai Mitchell. Was he a first rounder?
Third.
We talked about too, right?
Yeah, he was highly talked about. Everyone kept saying we needed to get him instead of Keon.
Oh, One catch, 2 yards. 1 catch, 2 yards. And he was targeted 5 times.
I mean, truthfully, out of all the receivers in the draft, only 3 of them played well in my book.
He was a second rounder. That's fine. Still bullshit. 1 catch, 2 yards. That's your debut. Good job with that. Hopefully, it definitely can only go up from there. Moving right along. I'm going right up the scoreboard. Dolphins sneak out a 2017 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we all know what happened before this game. Right in front of the Miami Dolphins Stadium. Tyreek Hill caught an 80-yard bomb in this one and then reenacted him getting arrested. I have so much to say about that situation. I'm going to leave it at sports tonight. Dolphins looking like a team that could win the division.
At the end of the day, the Dolphins are going to dolphin.
Dalton said he was hoping that they.
One receiver I didn't want. I just didn't like his attitude.
Trevor Lawrence, 12 of 21, 162 yards, and a touchdown. 3 sacks. This dude is getting paid $55 million to be a certified mid. I just don't understand it.
And they call Josh overhyped and overrated.
But Trevor isn't. Tank Bigsby had 73 yards on the ground. Travis Etienne had a touchdown, 44 yards on the ground. Tua Tagovailoa threw for 338 yards in this game, 1 touchdown. Got sacked 3 times. The run game was abysmal at best. Raheem Mostert had 6 carries for 9 yards. Achane had 24 yards on 10 carries, and Wilson had 26 yards on 5 carries, the closest to any type of run game. Achane had a touchdown. I think it was a close touchdown though. Touchdown run, and Tua ran for 11 yards on one carry. Jalen Waddle showed you again that him and Tyreek Hill was the best tandem in the league. 130 yards from Tyreek in a touchdown, 109 yards from Jalen Waddle. Achane has 76 yards on the receiving end as well. All right, Jonnu Smith had a catch, 7 yards. That's about it. Gabe Davis, 3 catches, 62 yards.
You mean he learned to run the right route?
Right. Brian Thomas Jr., he was a first rounder, right?
Yes, he was. Pick 12.
Pick 12. 4 catches, 47 yards, and he had a touchdown in this game. Interesting. Jordan Poyer, ex-Bill, 6 tackles in this game for Miami. Tua was robbed from comeback player of the year. Says a lot about Tua anyway when your receiver was number 1 in the NFL 100 and then you're number 38 as a quarterback. Kind of says a lot about Tua and what they believe about Tua Tagovailoa.
He all right. He ain't as good as everyone makes him cracked up to be, or at least his stats say.
All right, moving on. Next game. I swear I'm never using StreamYard again. I swear to God I'm not. God awful. So annoyed using StreamYard. Terrible. Y'all better do something about the StreamYard. Seriously. Straight ass. Saints 47-10 over the Panthers. Good Lord have mercy.
Get your sound effect ready.
Oh, you already know. It's already about to be mic'd up. Hold up. Let's see. Let's see. Boo-boo shit team nominee. The Carolina Panthers. Boy, y'all need to bring back the Black Panther. Legitimately. Team is just straight ass. Straight buns. Bryce Young. Bryce Young, 13-30, 161, 2 interceptions, sacked 4 times. Derek Carr looked like Joe Montana, 19-23, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns against this Carolina team. Miles Sanders did absolutely nothing. Carried the ball 5 times for 22 yards. Chuba Hubbard did absolutely nothing. 6 carries, 14 yards. Alvin Kamara had a touchdown, 83 carries, 15 carries, 83 yards in the touchdown. Jamal Williams had a touchdown, 11 carries and 38 yards. Is that the same Jamal Williams from Detroit?
Yep, from like 2 seasons ago when he led the league in touchdowns.
Yes, that had 18 touchdowns. That is crazy. Taysom Hill. Nobody wants to Taysom Hill, okay? 5 carries, 35 yards. Chris Olave had 2 catches for 11 yards in this game. And you got blown out by 37. Adam Thielen, 49 yards receiving. Bingo, 40 yards receiving. Leggett, 4 catches, 35 yards. Was he a first rounder?
Yes, he was. Pick 32.
Here we go. Here we go. I know it's week 1, but I mean, I guess we finding out that the NFL is different from college, for sure. We finding that out very quickly. All of them are finding that out very quickly. Taysom needs to be a full-time fullback. Hilarious. Hilarious. All right. After week 1, you would say that the New Orleans Saints had the most impressive victory in the NFC South. True or false? Rashid Shaheed is definitely underrated. 3 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. All right, moving on. Dalton, remember I put a paper bag over my head when we was talking about the Saints in preseason. Just remember I put a paper bag over my head. I'm giving you some material.
Need to do that when you talk about Carolina from now on.
Horrible. Uh-oh. Here we go again. Damn. So many damn nominees this week. Uh-oh. Damn. I wonder what team I could be talking about. I'm actually talking about the New York Giants.
That's gonna be my second guess.
Wow. The Giants just straight. Oh my goodness. Dumpster juice. Lord have mercy. They serving dumpster juice by the gallon size over there in East Rutherford. Daniel Jones, $40 million quarterback, 22 of 42, 186 yards, 2 interceptions, sacked 5 times in this game. 5.
Trash.
Ass, buns, butt cheeks, sewer shakes. God awful. Malik Neighbors actually had 5 catches and 66 yards in this game. He had a better game than Justin Jefferson. Oh, but Justin Jefferson did score a touchdown. So never mind. So never mind. We talk about 2 teams that I think is gonna be straight boo-boo shit. And them uniforms is god awful. I don't give a damn if it's the 100th anniversary. You should have 100% thought twice about even pulling them damn jerseys out. All them shit need to go right in the garbage. Put them shits out for Thursday's trash. God awful. Your performance was about as good as those jerseys.
They need to go right in the toilet with the rest of the team.
Straight doo-doo. I can't. Y'all got rid of Saquon Barkley and paid Daniel Jones. Probably the biggest mistake y'all could have ever made in y'all lives. Just god awful. I see nothing to even look at when it comes to the Giants at all. Sam Darnold had 208 yards, 19 to 24, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, was only sacked once. Dable said Jones is still the quarterback. He ain't gonna be saying that long. He only saying that because he gotta be an optimistic Giants guy because he's the head coach. He's got to be optimistic. Aaron Jones had a pretty good debut as a Viking. Say that again, caller.
He's probably getting fired at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's crazy. How you go from coach of the year to getting fired 2 years later? 2 years later. Mm-hmm.
Well, Danny Dimes got rid of Saquon.
Well, that's a start. that will get you caught up for starters. That will get you caught up for starters. I never understood that move whatsoever. I get it that Saquon is injury prone, but I'm not going with the guy who was the 6th overall pick just because of who he knew. Because that essentially is what they did. In a nutshell. Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 94 yards and a touchdown against this Giants defense that looked pretty somewhat legitimate last year. They don't look legitimate this year. No, he shouldn't have won Coach of the Year. And I told people that, but people was like, what? Are you serious? Brian Daboll should have won Coach of the Year. I'm like, no, sir. I'm like, no. No. Why? Because he got him to the playoffs? No. That year they were 3rd place in the division. Did anybody even realize that? The Giants were legitimately 3rd place in the division when he won the Coach of the Year. I've never once seen a 3rd place team in a division win Coach of the Year. I've never seen that. Where? You tell me a coach that was 3rd in his division and won Coach of the Year. Because if that's the case, then we should have just gave that award right to Mike Tomlin multiple times already. Multiple times over. Somebody explain that. That's just like Kevin Stefanski. Perfect example. Oh, here we go again. I'm about to call this one out too. Stefanski shouldn't have won Coach of the Year.
Last year should have went to Houston's coach.
Yes. Stefanski shouldn't have won Coach of the Year. You know who else shouldn't have won Coach of the Year? I'm going to go after him too. Vrabel shouldn't have won Coach of the Year. Now, speaking of which, because now I feel like I'm getting a little supercharged up, I'll talk about the Chargers winning 22-10 over the Vegas Raiders. Okay, just quote me. Remember, I said that Davante Adams most likely will leave the Raiders by week 6. Quote me.
He's on a fantasy team of mine. I'd like to see him go to a quarterback.
Remember, I said it. Davante Adams, 59 yards, five receptions. Gardner Minshew, 257 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 25 of 33. You would actually think that he didn't have a bad game, but he just did. Sacked 4 times. They have no run game whatsoever. Getting rid of Josh Jacobs was awful. Zamir White, 44 yards on 13 carries. 3 yards a clip is not getting the job done, sir. Jacoby Myers had 3 catches, 61 yards in this game. Ladd McConkey. Was he a first-round pick?
No, he won a couple picks after Keon in the second round.
Okay. He had a touchdown in this game. 5 catches, 39 yards. Quentin Johnson, Hayden Hurst, Joshua Palmer, Will Disley. The Chargers is ass too. J.K. Dobbins had 135 yards on the ground on 10 carries and had a touchdown. That is the bright spot of this team right there. Because other than that, boo-boo shit. Justin Herbert, 17 to 26, 144. You're getting paid $50 million.
Another overhyped, overrated quarterback.
And I'm moving right along. I don't even want to talk about the Chargers or Raiders too much. All them teams in the AFC West is trash, except for the Chiefs. Speaking of another team in the AFC West, the Denver Broncos got beat by the Seattle Seahawks 26-20. Geno Smith. Are y'all still debating or deciding whether Geno Smith should still be the quarterback in Seattle? I mean, 18 to 25, 171 yards. He did have an interception. He had a touchdown, sacked twice. Kenneth Walker, 103 yards rushing on the ground and a touchdown. Geno Smith also had a rushing touchdown on the ground as well. Now I get to Bo Nix. Now I get to Bo Nix. Dallas, you asked me about how I felt about Bo Nix. Straight garbage. Straight garbage. He did have a touchdown on the ground. 5 carries, 35 yards, and the touchdown on the ground. He had 2 interceptions, though. Sacked twice. Didn't throw any touchdowns whatsoever. Javonte Williams had 8 carries for 23 yards. Cortland Sutton is not getting the job done with 4 catches and 38 yards. Josh Reynolds, 5 catches, 45 yards. And Bo Nix should have had 5 picks in that game. Tyler Lockett, 77 yards. DK Metcalf, only 29 yards. And they got beat. Jackson and Jigba had 2 catches, 19 yards. Yeah. Straight ass. Bo Nix. I never liked him in college. I'm not a fan of him in college. He couldn't cut it in Auburn, by the way. You know that, Andy.
I do.
Couldn't cut it in Auburn. Went to Oregon and just couldn't win the big games in Oregon. I remember how much big shit he talked when they rolled over Colorado. You remember that? Him and his coach?
Yeah, I remember that.
They talked big shit when they rolled over Colorado, but had nothing else to say for the rest of the season when they got their ass stomped.
Well, they only really lost to Washington, but they also really didn't play anybody besides Washington.
Washington smoked their damn boots.
Washington smoked almost everybody but Michigan, so.
Washington beat the brakes off of Oregon.
That they did.
Paul Robinson, what's up? Talking about Washington and Seattle and Oregon. My guy Paul Robinson shows up. What's good, my guy? Now, uh-oh. You know what that uh-oh means. Every time I do it, you know what's coming next. Damn. It's another boo-boo shit. Team of the week. Damn, Deshaun. What's really good, Deshaun? I know you've been gone for almost over a season and a half. Damn, I know it's got to be hard trying to get back to Houston form, but what the was that at home against the damn Cowboys? He made the Cowboys look like the AI Bears.
We'll never see Houston Deshaun ever again.
24-45, 169, 2 interceptions, sacked 6 times, and 1 touchdown throw. 1. And that was to Jerry Jeudy, who ended up injured, by the way. Jerome Ford, 44 yards and a touchdown on the ground. Dude, where is – oh, that's right. Nick Chubb is hurt for the first 4 games of the season.
Yeah, he's on the PUP list.
And where the hell is Kareem Hunt?
Did he resign with them? I thought he was gone.
I'm not understanding. They need to go sign Kareem Hunt today. Today. They need to go sign him. That offensive performance was god awful. Deshaun is going to get thrown out of Cleveland.
By the end of next year, when I think they can actually get rid of him without losing their ass. So he's got this year and next year.
Nah. He's got 6 games this year.
If they cut him this year, they lose $60 million.
Well, guess what? They won't cut him, but he'll sit the damn bench.
Yeah, that's true. They could just do that. I'm just saying where he's off the team completely.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, they're gonna run him out, as in he's not gonna be starting. They're gonna call Joe Flacco off the couch again if they got to.
He's going to be injured.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing from Deshaun Watson. He's missing throws that he would have hit in Houston. He's missing. I mean, it was god awful. And Cleveland's offensive line is terrible. They'll go to Jameis Winston if they got to.
They might be better off.
Yeah, they might be. Because what I saw was just total domination. Micah Parsons a sack, Demarcus Lawrence 2 sacks, Eric Kendricks 2 sacks, Overshown a sack. It was terrible. Dak Prescott didn't even have a great game. Dak Prescott had 179 yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had 61 yards, and his touchdown was to Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, Dak got paid $60 million to throw 170 yards.
Yep, 60 million. 4 years, 240 million.
That's a joke.
Stefanski shouldn't have been. Hold on, what did that say? Don't erase that, Dalton. Put that comment back up there. Stefanski shouldn't what?
But I don't know if Dallas now has the money to re-sign Micah Parsons.
They better.
Well, they just spent how much money on CD and now Dak?
Jerry got it. Jerry's got it. If you want to talk about pools, he's got pools of money. Jerry's got it. It's really Gary's got it. But Jerry's got it. Show me the money.
Gary is Jerry.
Yeah. Jerry got it. It's Jerry's world. Stefanski shouldn't have won Coach of the Year. Should have been Ryans or Campbell. Yeah. Yeah. No, you good, Dalton. You should have left it up there. It's all good. Buccaneers 37, Commanders 20. The Commanders ain't commanding nothing. Jaden Daniels had a decent game, but they ain't commanding nothing. Mike Evans with a touchdown in this game. Jaden Daniels 17 of 24, 184, sacked twice. Baker Mayfield 4 touchdown passes, 289 yards, 24-30. Is Baker Mayfield starting to creep up the quarterback list?
Possibly. But wouldn't that be the most Cleveland Browns thing? You got rid of Baker to bring in Deshaun. Deshaun's dog shit, and now Baker is actually proving himself to be a good quarterback.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Tampa Bay had 112 yards on the ground. Bucky Irving had 62 of that. Mike Evans is the guy for Tampa. He's a blocking. Mike Evans is that guy for Tampa. He's a blocking wide receiver. Mike Evans is a beast. He had 2 touchdown catches in this game.
Hall of Famer.
61 yards. And yes, he's a short shot Hall of Famer, especially when you have 10 seasons of 1,000 yards in a row.
About to be 11.
Yeah, it's probably going to be 11 for sure. Chris Godwin had 8 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown in this one. I know you being silly, Dalton. I know. Tampa Bay looking like, Tampa Bay and the Saints had really good outings for the South. Austin Eckler, 52 yards. Ryan Robinson.
Carolina.
Yeah, I know. Terry McLaurin had 2 catches and only 17 yards. Brian Robinson Jr., 12 carries, 40 yards, a touchdown. He had 3 catches, 49 yards, too. Dude. Bobby Wagner plays for the Commanders. Why? Why? He must just want to lose. I don't know. Bobby got to get it together. Bobby.
He could just be trying to get a check.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, he had 10 tackles and 3 tackles for loss. He's check chasing and getting checked in the process. Because of Quinn. Oh, yeah. Well, Dan Quinn, 37-20 beat down by Tampa Bay and Tampa. The Lions roared past the Rams 26-20 in overtime on Sunday Night Football. My question is, who got the better of the deal? The Rams or the Lions?
Find out after this year.
Oh, it's too early to say?
Well, I'd say the immediate winner was obviously the Rams because they won a Super Bowl. But
right.
if the Lions do what I think they possibly could do, because they're the team I think is going to win the Super Bowl this year, I would say that Detroit wins in total.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? You think the Detroit Lions is winning the Super Bowl this year?
They're the team I'm going with. My team's not there yet, but I think Detroit has the chance. I mean, they almost went there last year.
They will make Lion King 4 first before the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl. Do not get it confused. Do not get it confused. The Lions, I get it. Jared Goff and them, they got the Lions. They got people talking about how the Lions should win the conference this year and they should go to the Super Bowl. But I'm saying pump your brakes on that. The Lions is still the Lions. They're not the Lions of old, but the Lions are still the Lions until otherwise. The Lions can dethrone the Chiefs at what Super Bowl? No. No. Absolutely not. Nah. And I get it. The Lions have beaten some good teams. Nah.
I don't have the Chiefs 3-peating, so.
That's a hard thing to do. I do not. Well, you know what? Yes, I do. I got the Chiefs 3-peating.
I can't see it.
I'm gonna say it
I can't see it. I don't want to see it.
I'm gonna say it just so it don't happen. I'm gonna say I got the Chiefs 3-peating because maybe if I say that, then they won't.
Hopefully not.
Jared Goff, 18 of 28, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They still won. David Montgomery, 17 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 40 yards, 11 carries, a touchdown as well. Kyron Williams for the Rams had a touchdown, 50 yards carrying the football on 18 carries. That's not good. That's like 2.5 yards per carry. Matthew Stafford, 317, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I saw the mistake that he threw in the end zone. That end zone interception took points off the board. The Rams might have won the game if he wouldn't have threw that pick. If that pick doesn't happen. 34-49, 317, sacked twice. Cooper Kupp, proving that when he's healthy, he's the guy. 14 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Jamison Williams, 5 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Amon St. Brown, 13 yards on 3 catches. Puka Nacua, 4 catches, 35 yards. The Lions win week 1. I don't think the Lions have the defense to win, though, the Super Bowl. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Much as I want to see it, I don't see it. Aiden Hutchinson had a sack in this game in the tackle for loss. Jack Campbell, seven tackles, 1 TFL. I just don't see it. Puka's going to be out for a while too.
Probably about a month.
Yeah. The injury he suffered during that game. I'm about to find out exactly what the injury, knee injury, placed on IR. He'll be placed on IR. So he'll be done for 4 games at least.
Yeah, I think it was an MCL sprain, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, he got a knee injury. Yep, knee. It could be an MCL. All right. Now that was week 1 of the NFL. I wanted to run that down. By the way, we did it in 2 hours too, which is great. Tomorrow's show, we'll talk more about week 1 NFL in depth on a Rise Up Unlimited radio show. I have some topics, more topics. This was just rundown, sports news. Tomorrow will be more topics, different topics. I'll have my guy on again, Braden. I'll have Braden on tomorrow. Well, yeah. We'll also talk WNBA tomorrow as well, too. Mm-hmm. And of course, by the way, once again, for all your sports news and the articles, make sure you go to right there, challenge, www.buffchallengenews.com. Rise Up Right sports articles, they're in there. I just wrote another article today. I've been big on the Sabres, by the way. I've been big on the Sabres lately in these articles, writing Sabres stuff. Y'all gonna want to read this one. All right. I'll get with my guy Ian Rakelli, who's supposed to be coming up with a hockey show. We already got a hockey show called Off the Crossbar coming up. Off the Crossbar hockey show coming up. It's supposed to be Saturdays. Saturdays at 11. We'll let you know about that. But tomorrow, 6 p.m., make sure you tuned in. Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show. All right, brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow as we take a journey down sports news. Again, Andy, my guy. Thanks for calling, my guy.
No problem. I was off tonight and I got the link. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out there.
You the man. Yeah, yes, sir. You the man. Appreciate you. Don't stop calling. All right.
As long as whenever I see it and I'm free, I'm going to be on. It's going to be a good week.
Yep, absolutely. We'll talk week 2 tomorrow as well. We'll talk week 2, get some of them picks in there because we do got a Thursday night game coming up with the Bills and Dolphins. We'll get those picks
on
in
my
there.
birthday.
Yep, on Andy's birthday. Happy early birthday to Andy.
Thank you.
My God.
Bill's going to dominate like always.
Make sure you watch this show tomorrow, 6 p.m. All right, you see it right there. Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show. All right. I'll let you know tomorrow what the business is. What the business is. What's the business? All right. Make sure y'all get that tomorrow. For sure. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. live to air. Also, make sure y'all watch the Alphabets Football Talk Show every Friday, 10 p.m. with Marcus Betts and Ramona Die. 10 p.m. on Fridays. Make sure you do so. All right. Monday and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can do this. Bang that line, 716-837-1112. Make sure y'all tune in to the Waffle Sports Report. All right. Every Monday and Wednesday, 10 p.m. Now. Oh, and one other thing. I'm hoping that the champ that runs the camp does this. And we did do a Jaw U show a couple weeks ago, wrestling show. Not even a couple weeks ago, it was last week. But I'm hoping that we bring that Jaw U show back weekly so we can talk about, the best in wrestling. You got the champ that runs the camp that does that. Shout out to all these people right here. And just so you know, if you didn't know, I am. And with that being said, we out of here. Gone. All right. I will see you tomorrow at 6.